Okay with it. Now we can start do question number 6. Question number 6. The sum of magnitude of two forces acting at a point is 24 Newton. And the magnitude of their resultant is 12 Newton. If the resultant is perpendicular to the smaller force, find the magnitude of two forces and the angle between them. Okay, this way put it. Now, according to the given data, the resultant force is perpendicular to the smaller force. The resultant force is perpendicular to the smaller force. That means this is the resultant force and it is perpendicular to the smaller force. And this should be the larger force. This should be the larger force. Okay? If you can draw this geometrical figure, then it is very easy. So this is perpendicular to the smaller force. This should be the larger force. So you can draw the exact orientation. This force is put A. Q, this one is P. I don't know this one, these two. So this is the smaller force. So this is the smaller force, this is the larger force. So this one is equal to this one. So once you draw the parallelogram, it is very easy to answer the question put it. Okay. Now this is the diagonal of this parallelogram. Then this diagonal is perpendicular to the given one side, given side. The sum of magnitude of two forces is 24. That means P plus Q is 24. And resultant is 12. Resultant is 12. That means this side is 12 Puti. This side is 12 Newton. This side is 12 Newton. Therefore, if we apply Pythagoras theorem to this ABC triangle, applying Pythagoras theorem to ABC triangle. If we apply Pythagoras theorem to ABC triangle, then it is very clear P square plus 12 square is equal Q square. Therefore, Q square is equal P square plus 12 square. Therefore, 12 squared means 144 is equal Q squared minus P squared. You have to take this one into this side. Q squared minus P squared. Then you can write this one as a now this is a difference of squares. Now this is a difference of squares. Therefore, you can write this one as a multiplication of subtraction and addition. Therefore, this one can be written as Q minus P, Q plus P. And you are given the addition of P and Q. The addition of P and Q is equal to 24. Therefore, this one is given. This one is given as 24. Pute. Therefore, 144 is equal to 24 into Q minus P. Pute. Therefore, this one will be cancelled out. 6. It is 6. Therefore, Q minus P equals 6 and Q plus P that is given, that is 24. Therefore, if you add these two, 2Q is equal 30. That means Q is 15 Newton. Q is 15 Newton. Therefore, P should be 9 Newton. P should be 9 Newton. 9 and 50. Those are the two forces. If you got my calculation, please raise the hand. I did not apply any equation. I just did this calculation using my geometrical knowledge. Okay. Okay, but write down this thing. Okay. Then the next question. When two forces at right angle, the resultant is root 10 Newton. When those two forces at an angle 60 degree, the resultant is 30 Newton, root 30 Newton. Find the two forces. Shall I erase this up? Shall I erase? When two forces are acting at right angle, question number 7, acting at a right angle, then the resultant is root 10 Newton. Resultant is root 10 Newton. So when they are acting at right angle angle with A, then R square is equal P square plus Q square. The other part is 0 because cos 90 is 0. Therefore, R square means 10 to A. Therefore, 10 is equal P square plus Q square. Number 1. Then, when they are acting at right angle acting at 60 degree to each other. 60 degree to each other. Then R is equal root 13. So you can apply our basic equation, that is R square is equal P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta put A. Now R square is equal 13 square means that means 13. Put A P square plus Q square. P square plus Q square, it is equal 10. It is equal 10. So therefore you can write that one. Okay. 2PQ cos 60. Cos 60, you know what is the value of cos 60? That is half. Cos 60 is half. Therefore, this value is half. Therefore, 2 to 2 will be cancelled out. Therefore, from that, you can take PQ product is PQ product is PQ product is 3. Now you have two equations. Now you have two equation. One is this part, P square plus Q square is equal to 10 and PQ product is 13. PQ product is 13. Okay, come on then. Now we're gonna keep it thin. There are several ways. There are several ways to do. Several ways to solve these equations today. You can subtract either Q or P from here. You can subtract either P or Q here. Then you can apply that value in equation 1. Then you will have an equation with one variable only. But that equation may be a quadratic equation. Okay. The other one is we can take this value. We can find P plus Q. We can find P plus Q and P minus Q. Instead of doing P plus Q, I can take P plus Q square. P plus Q square is equal P square plus Q square plus 2PQ. P square plus Q square means 10. 2PQ means 6. Therefore, P plus Q squared is equal, this one is 10, this one is 10. And this one is 3 put A, 3 into 2 means 6, 6 put A. Therefore, P plus Q squared is equal, P plus Q squared is equal 16. From that, I can take P plus Q is equal 4 put A. When P plus Q squared is equal 16, that means square root of it. Square root of it means P plus Q should be 4. Similarly, I can take P minus Q squared. P minus Q squared is equal P squared plus Q squared minus 2PQ. Again, okay, this one is 10. This one is minus 6. 2 into 3 means minus 6. Therefore, 10 minus 6 is equal to 4. 4. That means if you take the square root, if you take the square root of it, P minus Q is equal to P minus Q is equal to square root of 4 is 2. And then you can find either, you can find both P and Q. P and Q they can find. And මෙතන ඉක්වේෂන්ස් දෙකක් කියනවා. හොඳයි මම මේ ඉක්වේෂන් දෙකක් කියනවා දෙකම ඔයගොල්ලෝ සෝල්ව් කර දෙයක් නේද? කම්බිනේෂන්ස් කීපයක් කියනවා. කම්බිනේෂන්ස් කීපයක් කියනවා. හැබැයි ඉතින් මෙතන ප්ලස් මයිනස් අපි හිතන්නේ නැතුව වැලියු එක විතරක් හිතුවොත් මේක ගන්න පුළුවන්. අර ප්ලස් මයිනස් හිතුවොත් මෙතන ප්ලස් 1 මයිනස් 4 වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම කරලා ඉක්වේෂන්ස් දෙකක් කියනවා. එහෙනම් කම්බිනේෂන්ස් කීපයක් කියනවා. අපි එහෙම හිතන්නේ නැතුව මොකද එතන වෙන්නේ ඩිරෙක්ෂන් එක වෙනස් වෙන විතරයි. ඒක නිසා අපිට එකක් කම්බිනේෂන් එකක් හිතුවා. So if you consider about this thing, these two, then if you add these two, P plus Q is equal to 4, P minus Q is equal to 2. Therefore, if you add them, 2P is equal to 6. 2P is equal to 6. That means P is equal to 3 Newton. So that means Q is equal to 1 Newton. Q is equal to 1 Newton. Q is equal to 1 Newton. අපිට ඉතින් මේක ඊට පස්සේ මේ කම්බිනේෂන්ස් කීපයක් ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. මේකේ කම්බිනේෂන් නෑ තව කම්බිනේෂන්ස් කීපයක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. මේක මම දෙකම ප්ලස් කියලා ගත්තේ. දෙකම මයිනස් කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ එකක් මයිනස් එකක් ප්ලස්. එහෙම ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. හරිද? එච්චර සංකීර්ණ වෙන්න ඕනේ නෑ. මොකද මේක මැත්ස් ගානක් නෙවෙයි. මේක ෆිසික්ස් ගානක්. ඒක නිසා මේ අපිට මේ මට්ටමින් වැඩ කරගත්තා කියලා ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. Okay. If you got this calculation, please raise the hand. Turn on to some. Thank you. If you did in another way, you can write down this thing. Actually, you can take several combination using plus and minus values, but here I am not considering that thing because this is a physics question, not a maths question. But if it's a maths question, actually, P plus Q can be either plus 4 or minus 4. P minus Q also equal either plus 2 or minus 2. Therefore, using those combinations, you can determine several values. Okay. මේ දෙක මයිනස් වුණා කියලා ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද දෙක මයිනස් වුණොත් වෙන්නේ මෙයා මයිනස් වෙන එක විතරයි. මයිනස් වෙනවා කියන එකේ තේරුමක් නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඩිරෙක්ෂන් එක පැත්ත මාරුන විතරයි. වැලියු එක වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එක්කෙනෙක් ප්ලස් වෙලා එක්කෙනෙක් මයිනස් වෙනවා. ඒත් වෙන්නේ වැලියු එක මෙයා 1 වෙලා මෙයා 3 වෙන එක තමයි. මේ දෙක මාරු වෙන එක තමයි ඉන්ටර්චේන්ජ් එක. ඒ ඇරේ වෙනසක් එන්නේ. Here you are asked two forces. You are asked two forces, but therefore two forces is equal 3 Newton and 1 Newton. Okay. We are not specified what is P, what is Q, and that is not specified. This is question number 7. Okay. Then I will do question number 9. Okay, 9, not 8. Two forces of equal magnitude. Two forces of equal magnitude act on an object. If the magnitude of resultant force of two forces is equal to the magnitude of one force, find the angle between two forces. I think we have done that thing. But again we can do. Now you know, if you are given two equal forces, this is it. If you are given two equal forces, P and P, how to determine R? R is equal to P cos theta over 2. This is the equation, or this is the way of taking the resultant force of two equal forces acting at the same point. Two equal forces acting at the same point. So how to take the resultant force? The resultant force is equal to P cos theta over 2. 2P cos theta over 2. Now, look at this one. The resultant force is equal to the magnitude of one force. The resultant force also equal magnitude of one force means this one also equal to P. That means resultant force is equal to P putty 2P cos theta over 2. P to P will be cancelled out today. Then now here this is 1. Therefore cos theta over 2. Cos theta over 2 is equal half. Cos theta over 2 is equal half. You have to take 2 to left hand side, then it will be half. That means cos theta over 2 is equal half means this theta over 2 angle should be equal 60 because when the cost value is equal half, the angle should be 60. Now angle is theta over 2. That means theta over 2 should be equal 60 with A. Therefore, theta over 2 angles should be 60. That means theta should be 120. Okay. We have done that thing in our previous theory, part 2. So here the question. We can do the question like this. If you got this calculation, please raise the hand. Calculation है तुझसे? Value. අපිට question number 6 වල angle එක හොයන්න බැරි වුණා නේ පුතේ. මට ඒක අමතකයි. This one. Sarane? This one. පුතේ, you have to remember the values. You have to remember some values of trigonometric ratios, especially some special angles. What is the value of cos 30? What is the value of cos 30? Cos 30? What is the value of cos 30? It is equal root 3 over 2. It is equal root 3 over 2. Do you remember that thing? Do you remember? Then what is the value of cos 60? What is the value of cos 60? That is half. that is half. Therefore, if any angle, if any cos value, sorry, now, uh, if if any cos value is equal half, if any cos value is equal half, that means that angle should be equal 60. That angle should be equal 60. Now here, now this angle should be equal 60. Now this angle is theta or 2. Now this theta or 2 angle should be equal 60. That means theta should be 120. Theta should be 120. Is that clear? Is that clear? So if it is cos alpha or something, that alpha angle should be equal to 60. And okay. Then question number 10. Question number 10. Question number 10. Two forces of magnitude x and 2x act on an object. If the resultant of two forces is perpendicular to the smaller force, find the magnitude of resultant force and the angle between the two forces. Okay. Now, two forces of magnitude x and 2x. X and 2x act on an object. That means this one is x, this one should be 2x. 2x. And so this angle is with a alpha, sorry, 90. I can consider this angle is alpha. Therefore, this angle also alpha. If this one is 2x, this side also 2x because this is a parallelogram with this is a parallelogram. Therefore, if this side is 2x, this side should be equal in length. Therefore, this should 2x. And now the resultant force is perpendicular to the smaller force. Find the magnitude of the resultant force and the angle between them. Magnitude of resultant force. We have to consider the magnitude of resultant force should be equal to square root of this one, square of this one minus this one. R squared is equal to 2x squared minus x squared root. Therefore, R squared is equal 4x minus 3x. 4x squared minus x squared, that means 3x squared, that means R is equal root 3 into x. Root 3 into x. Because if you subtract these two, it is equal 3x squared. Then if you take the square root of 3 means root 3x. Root 3x. Okay. Then to determine the angle, you need to have this value alpha. Therefore, you can simply find the value alpha using sine. Sine alpha is equal to opposite side over hypotenuse. Opposite side is x, hypotenuse is 2x. That means half. Therefore, sine alpha half means alpha should be 30. Alpha should be 30. Because when a sine value is equal to half, angle should be 30. Therefore, alpha is 30. Therefore, angle between x and 2x. Therefore, the angle between x and 2x is 90 plus 30. 9 plus 30 means 120. 120 degree. Is that clear? If it is clear, please raise the hand. Then on the side. Okay. Okay. Now quickly do question number 14 and 16. 14 and 16. Like that, guys. And if you've done this too, please do the question number 21. Question number 21. Question number 21. Why would they? This one is 4x squared. 2x squared means 4x squared. Minus x squared. 4x squared minus x squared means 3x squared. R squared is equal to 3x squared. R squared. Therefore, to take R, you have to take the square root of this one. Square root of this one. If you take the square root of this one, x squared. Square root of x squared is equal to x. Square root of 3 means root 3. Is that clear? Then what? কথা বলতে sin x sin x is equal opposite side over the hypotenuse. Opposite side is x, hypotenuse is 2x. X to x will be cancelled out, that means this is half. Therefore sin alpha is equal half. Sin alpha is equal half. X to x will be cancelled out. Okay? Sin alpha is equal opposite side x over hypotenuse 2x. Huh? X to x will be cancelled out. Okay? X to x will be cancelled out, that is half. Therefore alpha is equal. Now please do the question number 14, 16, and if you did them, question number 21. Question number 21. Okay, Mudit. Have finished? Question number 14, 16, 21. Question number 40. Look at question number 40. Two forces of equal magnitude act on an object if square of the magnitude of the resulting force is twice the product of the magnitude of two forces. The product of the magnitude of two forces. Find the angle between two forces. Find the angle between two forces. Two forces of equal magnitude, Puti. Two forces of equal magnitude. Two forces of equal magnitude means definitely the resultant force should be equal to P cos theta over 2. This is a rhombus. Definitely, this should be a rhombus. Two forces of equal magnitude act on an object if the square of the magnitude of resultant force is twice the product of one force. So two forces. That means, Mute, that means now these two are equal forces. These two are equal forces. These two are equal forces. Now, square of the resultant force. Square of the resultant force equal to twice the product of two forces. That means 2 times P into P means P square. That means R should be equal square root of this one. Square root of this one. So if you take the square root, P is P square root of P square means P Puti. Square root of 2 means root 2. Root 2. That means R is equal root 2P. R is equal root 2P. Therefore, root 2P is equal 2 times P cos theta. So the P to P will be cancelled out. Then root 2 over 2 is equal cos theta over 2. Root 2 over 2 means 1 over root 2. 1 over root 2. 1 over root 2. And therefore cos theta over 2 angle is equal 1 over root 2. Now, this cos value is equal to 1 over root 2, Puthe. 1 over root 2. Therefore, if a cos value is equal to 1 over root 2, the angle should be 45. The angle should be 45. Therefore, now this angle is theta over 2. Theta over 2 angle is equal 45 degrees. Therefore, the angle between two vectors should be 90 degrees. It should be 90 degrees. Is that clear? If it is clear, please raise the hand. They not understand. Thank you. Anita? Okay. Then the question number 12. Then sorry, 16. Then question number 14. Then question number 16. When two forces act perpendicular to each other, the resultant is root 5. When two forces at an angle 60 degree to each other, the resultant is root 7. Find the magnitude of two forces. You ask the magnitude only. Okay, 16. When two forces acting at right angle to each other, the resultant is √5. Therefore, when they are acting at right angle to each other, R squared should be equal to B squared plus Q squared, B squared plus Q squared. Then P squared plus Q squared, and this value should be √5. √5 puthe. If it is perpendicular to each other, if they are perpendicular to each other, R is equal to √5. Therefore, √5 square is equal to P square plus Q square. That means B square plus Q square is equal to the √5 square. Square of √5 is 5. Then, when they are acting at 60 degree to each other, R is equal to √7. R is equal to √7. So if they are acting at 60 degree to each other, I can find R using the common equation. Put the R squared is equal P squared plus Q squared 2PQ cos 60. 2PQ cos 60. Now R squared means √7 squared, √7 squared, that means 7. P squared plus Q squared is equal to the 5 plus 2PQ cos 60 means half. Cos 60 means half. Put a half to half will be cancelled out. If you take 5 to here, that will be 2. Therefore, PQ is equal to, this is second. Now you know P squared plus Q squared, that is 5. You know PQ is 2. As we discussed earlier, you can take P plus Q and P minus Q. P plus Q and P minus Q. Shall we look into that? Therefore, P plus Q squared is equal P squared plus Q squared plus 2PQ. P squared plus Q squared means 5K. 2PQ means 4. 2PQ means 2 times 2, that is 4. Therefore, P plus Q squared is equal to 9. 9. Therefore, P plus Q should be equal to 3. It should be equal to 3. P plus Q squared is equal to 9. So you have to take the square root of both sides. Then P plus Q should be equal to 3. This may be plus or minus 3 because actually we don't want to consider that thing because this is not a maths question. This is a physics question. Therefore, no need to worry about that thing. And then again we can consider P minus Q. P minus Q square is equal P square plus Q square minus 2PQ. Again, P square plus Q square means 5, okay. That is 5. 2PQ given me clear. 4. 5 minus 4 means 1. P minus Q squared is equal to 1, okay. That means P minus Q should be 1. It should be 1. Now you have two equations. P plus Q is 3. P minus Q is 1. If you add these two, minus Q plus Q will be cancelled out. 2P is equal to 4. That means P should be 2. P should be 2 Newton and Q should be 1 Newton. Is that clear? If it is clear, please raise the hand. Question number 16. Bye. Then question number 21. Question number 21. Have you done question number 21? Question number 21. If you done the question number 21, please raise the hand. If you did question number 21, please raise the hand. Very good, Putin. Anita, Saranya, Yashida, please. Okay. I will give you another 5 minutes. Please do it quickly. Two forces acting on a point. The larger force is twice the smaller force. If the magnitude of their resultant force is root 5 times that of the smaller force, find the angle between the force and the angle. Find the angle between the force and the angle that the resultant force make the small force. Find the angle between two forces. Find the angle between the two forces. Find the angle between the two forces and the angle that the resultant force makes with the small force. So you have to find two angles. One is angle between two forces, other one is angle between the resultant force and the smaller force. Two forces acting on a point, the larger force is twice the rate of the smaller force. Okay. Question number 21. Now there are two forces. One is a small force, other one is larger force. We don't know what are the values of them. If we consider about smaller force is x, the larger force should be 2x. And R is equal root 5 times x. Root 5 times the smaller force. Therefore, it should be root 5 times x. Okay. So all the forces are given with respect to the smaller force. You have to understand that thing. In this question, all the forces are given with respect to the smaller force. The larger force is twice that of the smaller force. That means if the smaller force is x, larger force is 2x. And the resultant force is equal root 5 times the smaller force. The smaller force? Yes, the smaller force. That means you have to take the smaller force as x. From using that x, you can determine other two values. So you know you need to determine the angles only. The angles only. The entire angle and this alpha angle. Those are the only things. Okay. If you consider about the entire angle, you can use in you can determine that value using the equation. You know r squared is equal p squared plus q squared plus 2pq cos theta. Now r squared is equal root 5 times x squared. Root 5 times x squared. Here 2x squared, x squared, 2 times 2x, x cos theta. Put a root 5 squared means 5x squared. Method of the 4x squared plus x squared. That means that also equal 5x squared. Here 2 times 4 times 4 x squared cos theta. Put a make a capital cancel out. It will be cancelled out. Therefore, it is very clear cos theta is equal 0. Cos theta is equal 0. As cos theta is equal 0, that means definitely those two should be perpendicular. That means theta should be 90 degrees. It should be 90. That means this is the arrangement of forces. 2x, x, and here this is r. So if you consider about this one is alpha, so tan alpha should be equal this side. This side should be 2x. This side should be magnitude. It should be 2x. Therefore, tan alpha should be equal to 2x. Opposite side over adjacent side. Opposite side is 2x. Adjacent side is x. 2x. Adjacent side is x. X to x will be cancelled out. Therefore, alpha should be equal tan inverse to tan inverse 2. Tan inverse 2. If you have a logbook, you can take the value of tan. Otherwise, it is 0. Is that clear? If it is clear, please raise the hand. Very good. Okay. Then question number 24. Okay, now please do the question number 24 quickly. Question number 24. The resultant of two forces acting on a point is perpendicular to the smaller force. If the smaller force is 5 Newton and the resultant force is 12 Newton, find the larger force and the angle between the two forces. The angle between the two forces. Okay, quickly do. Question number 24. Question number 24 the class today. Then you have to complete all the 30 questions. All the 30 questions in this section put. There are 30 questions. You have to complete all the 30 questions and send your answers to me. Send your answers to me. මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ නෝට් එකේ වන්න තියෙනවා මට මේ යෝෂිත නම් ඒවල තියෙන නෝට් එක අනිත් අය නම් මට ඒවල තිබුණේ නැහැ. හරිද? මේ වැඩක් හොඳයි පුතේ ඒක ඒක. අනිත් අය අනිවාර්යෙන් නෝට් එක මට එවන්න. You have to send your note to check whether there is a mistake or not. Okay. Everyone, you have to send your note to me පුතේ. So once you complete all the 30 questions, please send your answers to Newton. Question number 24. Question number 24. The resultant of two forces acting on a point object is perpendicular to the smaller force. If the smaller force is 5 Newton and the resultant force is 12 Newton, find the magnitude of larger force and the angle between the two forces. The angle between the forces. And again, this is something like this. Now, a smaller force is given. A smaller force is given, that is 5 Newton. This is 5 Newton, and this is the resultant force today. Therefore, resultant force is 12 Newton. That also given. You need to determine the other force. You need to determine the other force. So, how to determine the other force? Now, that is very easy. Right? Now, it is very easy. You have to apply Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. First thing you have to draw this one. First thing you have to draw this one. Once you draw this one, then just apply your geometrical knowledge. This is ABC triangle. Now ABC triangle is a right angle triangle. You need to determine Q with it. You are given two sides and determine Q. Therefore, if I apply Pythagoras theorem to ABC triangle, hypotenuse is Q, therefore Q squared is equal 12 squared plus 5 squared. 12 squared plus 5 squared, that means 169. This is equal to 169, that means 13 squared. Therefore, Q is equal 30 Newton. Q is equal to 30 Newton. Actually, I did not apply any standard equation. I just draw the figure and apply my geometrical knowledge only. That's why you need to actually, if you confident with your theory part, if you confident with your theory knowledge, you don't want to remember all the equations. Okay? This is how we apply our geometrical knowledge to the question. මෙච්චර මේ equation එකක් කොහෙද තියෙනවද නේ? අපි equation පස්සේ ගියොත් එහෙම ඉතින් ඔයාලා මේක කපයකට හදාගන්න බැරි එකක් අමාරු. අමාරු. හදන්න පුළුවන් අමාරු. ඔයාලා මේක ඇඳුවොත් මෙච්චර. Okay. Then you need to determine the angle today. Angle means 90 plus this angle. 90 plus this angle. Therefore, you need to determine this angle. This angle is equal to this one because this is a parallelogram. So you can determine this angle instead of this one. Sin alpha. Sin alpha is equal to 5 over 30. Sin alpha is equal. Opposite side is 5. Hypotenuse is 13. 5 over 30. Therefore, the alpha is equal sin inverse 5 over 30. Sin inverse 5 over 30. But you are not asked to determine alpha. You are asked to determine the entire angle. Angle between two forces. Angle between two forces means 90 plus alpha. That means 90 plus this angle. So you have, if you have a logbook, you have to find this angle, or otherwise the angle between two forces. The angle between two forces is equal 90 plus alpha. 90 plus alpha. 90 plus alpha. Therefore, 90 plus alpha means this value. You can find this value using trigonometry, sorry, using logbooks, or you can just keep it. Alpha means sine inverse 5/30. Is that clear? If it is clear, please raise the hand. මහලොකු දෙයක් අපිට මේ මෙච්චර නෙමෙයි. ඈ නැත්නම් ඔබ හදන්න පුළුවන් පිටු දෙයක් විතර. Okay. Now we can complete today's lesson, Puthe. We can complete today's lesson. Then you have to do all these 30 questions. All these 30 questions and send your answers to me. Send your answers to me. All are based on vector addition principle. Vector addition principle means vector addition principle or vector parallelism theorem. Okay. So sometimes you may need to figure out the geometrical relationship, and then you can apply geometrical relations to determine the answer. Therefore, sometimes you may needed to use regular equations, regular relationships. Okay. Anyway, please complete the 30 questions and send your answers to me. And after this session, you have to scan your notebook and send the notebook to me personally. Do not send that to our group. I will create another group. Then you can send your answers to that group also. And until then, please send your note as a personal message. Okay. Then I will check. If there is any mistake, I will let you know. Okay. Anyway, we can complete today's lesson. Everyone, then have a nice day.
Evening we are not meeting, sir. Evening
session I have to today evening session I had to cancel because actually I missed some lessons in for my 225 students today. Therefore, I have to arrange an extra class for them. Okay, because last week I couldn't complete my classes. Therefore, I have arranged another class for 2025 students today. Okay.
That's okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You are welcome today. I won.
I won.
You are welcome today. You are welcome.